Hey guys, I logged on today and found out a beta, so I was like, let's go. And basically installed it, went to hit the target dummies. This is like one of the builds I've been looking at for a while. Um, Definitely think Moonfire build for single target if you can have high uptime. Um, I was just kind of like basing off the numbers off live. So if you talk about my thoughts on the talents, so everything below the 20 row, there's you can only spend 10 points here, and you pretty much always want to spend all 10 points at the bottom. Just giving some rough numbers on what I think each of these talents are worth. So 50% of your damage is probably going to be finishes. So I think this is worth like 12% dam, at least 10. Adapt Swarm in a dot build, probably 10% plus. Feral Frenzy, 6% plus some bite damage, so maybe 8%. Tiger's Fury per point, if you have like 80 to 90% uptime, probably 5% per point. Frantic Momentum is trash. Survival Instincts gives you 0 damage. Convert probably gives you, well, I'd say, yeah, probably 12. Probably in line with Blood Talons. 12 plus 6, maybe. So 18% there for those two. Solar Forest, pretty strong. I'll probably say 8% dam. Circle, 6 or 7. Apex, maybe 5 to 6. 5-6%. Rip and Tear, I heard is bugged, but probably 5 or 6. Cat Curiosity on live is 30% and it's worth like 6% damage. So it's 50%, it's actually higher. So probably 4.5. You also have Moment of Clarity. So 4.5 to 5%. So pretty much everything under here except for Frantic Momentum is worth 5% per point. So you probably want to get, you know, obviously it's not additive. It's what it's subtractive. What if you get rid of that? If that's the final talent you take, what does it give you? Then everything in the middle, I think you have to take what's kind of mandatory to get you to the bottom. There's a lot of strong points up here, which is a good setting. Lunar Inspiration is very strong, I think. That's like a 7% point by itself. This just got nerfed, but the energy regen being 10% for 1 point to me seems ridiculous. Predator giving you 5 extra seconds for 1 point, and then down here, if you compare these 2 points, I know which one I take. I take Predator. Moment of Clarity, obviously mandatory. Moment of Clarity is a very strong point. Berserk is kind of meh, but we take it anyway. So, this is actually not the build I take. I take Brutal Slash. This is the build I was talking about. And you actually have a spare point. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you actually have 2 points that are spare. You take out a Tireless Energy. I think this Tireless Energy is strictly superior to Ferocious Bite down. In a dot build, I think it's stronger than this, and probably stronger than Heart of the Lion. 30% rake damage. Say rake is doing 12% of your damage. 30% of that may possibly equal, but a lot harder to play. So this is the build I wanted to try out, and I did a couple of build tests and ended up being my highest damage. So I'll pull up a video without doxing myself. So here we go. Also, I took 3 points in magic damage. I took Heart of the Wild, which you can pop pre-pull. You'll notice as well with the reduced dot duration, it's very easy to keep up Blood Talons during Berserk because you just go Moonfire, Rake, and then it's up. We'll skip to actually start. I think my opener was Brutal Slash. I don't have a dot. My gear is PvP gear. Pop Heart of the Wild pre-pull. Use Brutal Slash. I think it's roughly 5 minutes. I think it was about 49k DPS, if I had to guess. And I didn't pot on this pull. And I use a very late Berserk because it's not required. Some of the things I noticed when I was playing this build is that I didn't min-max my Adaptive Swarm, but I was kind of trying to always either let it drop off and then refresh with Tiger Sphere, or refreshing at the last second if I have my Tiger Sphere up. So just then I create a 4-stacker. This is obviously a lot more to manage, but than, you know, mashing Convoker a minute. But I think it's very easy if you've got the extra 60 energy cap and the extra, well, you basically got 20% extra energy regen, plus like infinite energy from Omen. As I can see, I'm doing a bit of pulling, but not that much. And I'm doing 54k DPS right now as a dot build. Just assume I hit most of my globals correctly. So here my Adaptive Swarm is coming up with my Tiger's Fury and also my Feral Frenzy. Another thing I was trying to do is making sure I have maximum blood talents where possible. So even if I have one charge left, I'll try and have a refresh ready. And I didn't fix my pandemic timer, so all these dots are refreshed sometimes 1 second early. Yeah, so you can see another good Tiger's Fury Adaptive Swarm lineup. I think that might just be the natural course. And there's only 2 Berserks. So hit second Berserk. We'll watch that. And then we'll skip to the end. And then we'll look at the Convoke video. I think if I waited a little bit longer for the Feral Frenzy, then the Adaptive Swarm would have actually jumped back onto the target and would have had the full buff for it. It's definitely something I have to look at, but I know that Adaptive Swarm is a bit iffy with travel time. I also feel like Berserk is quite weak, since every second finisher you get a buffed stealth ability, either Shred or Rake. So you're actually like wasting quite a few. And that's pretty much it. I think when you hit Berserk, you can easily carry your Tiger's Fury to the next window. Alright, so we're just going to skip to the... what's the damage breakdown? Assuming I'm not retarded. So that's what I ended up with. So we had Moonfire 9%, Feral Frenzy 6 plus Bite, so maybe, yeah, 7, 8%, let's say 7. Tear, which is apparently bugged, 6% for 1 point. Shred Brutal Slash, sub 10% damage together. Adaptive Swarm, we'll have a look at. Adaptive Swarm is only 4% damage, but it's got 54% uptime, so it's buffing 1, 2, 3, 26, 30, 36. 36 plus 6 is 42. 42 plus 5. 47% of my damage by 12%. So it's quite a lot. I can't do quick math. Yeah. That's probably 10% talent right there. Okay, so we switch to the other video. I think this is the Convoker. So yeah, something like this. This looks right. So do I have 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have minimum 8 points. You don't have a point wasted in Primal Wrath. You don't have a point wasted in Double Clawed Rake. Still got the energy. Taking plus shred damage now because you got Convoke. You take all the Berserk talents. Do you have 10 points under the line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so that's fine. Again, I think the 10% energy regen is better than the FB refund, especially since when you convert, you're going to be maxing out your energy. Take the extra long Tiger's Fury. Soul seems fine. Maybe I think Adaptive Swarm might be stronger than possibly Soul of the Forest or Karakurio refund. We'll see. And I don't think I could have taken. I mean, I could have taken Brutal Slash in this build. I think it would have been Brutal Slash instead of extra energy. Because we got slightly higher Berserk uptime. You have more shreds, and you don't have extraneous abilities to waste. So you don't have Moonfire, and you don't have Quick Rake. So you're actually just slamming more shreds when you get the clear casting during Berserk. So I opted not to take it. Rip up time lost there. So plays pretty similarly to Live. It's a little bit more brain dead because you've got infinite energy now. And you can see my Berserker's definitely weighing time for the 2-minute mark. Because you don't get a mastery buff, you can pop your Berserk before the Convoke now. We can kind of skip to the end of this. Not bad, 45k. And obviously a lot easier to play, especially if you want to have big cooldowns. Feral Frenzy, by the way, is doing the extra amount because I'm not casting any Brutal Slash that I don't have. Yeah, possibly could grab Brutal Slash though. The breakdown there, you can obviously buy it is a lot higher. Shred is a lot higher. Before Shred and Brutal Slash bite were sub 10%, Shred by itself is 13%. For a friend's a huge 7.7. Rake is obviously a lot lower. That Moonfire damage is just from 1 minute Convoke. and podcast 12 bytes. So average 2.4, is it? Which is, I think, about right. Pretty average. I think if there was a more optimized convert build, maybe it would do, it's 45, so maybe 46, 46 and a half. If you take Brutal Slash and it's better. I think the drop build is definitely better if you have full uptime on the boss. We'll see what happens with tuning. They could very easily adjust the haste talent. I don't really want to play another 2 years of Convoke and just praying for good RNG, but and then being very sad when it doesn't proc, but we'll see what happens. So I guess that's it for now. I was thinking of doing dungeon content, but at the same time, it's kind of do I really want to? Not really. All right, that's it.